Well, hello to all my tubular friends and enemas. It's good to see you. Well, I can't see you, of course, but welcome to another Vegematics show. Another Saturday, another week goes by as we head further into the Doomosphere. But the Doomosphere is kind of an interesting place because we get to say, I told you so a lot. But that really doesn't cut it when it comes down to what's going on. But I figured that the best thing to do is to push forward, be doomed, but push back against the doom. Fight the gathering gloom, so to speak. Yes, fight it. Fight it deeply, intrinsically. Fight it with every fiber of your being before we're all wiped out. Look at Fort Lauderdale. Man, Florida. You don't want to go down to Florida, believe me. It's a scary place run by scary people, and they run around with guns strapped to them and everything.
You boys ain't from around here, are you?
It's really quite different from what it was in the 70s. Now, in the 70s, I remember spending lots of time down in Florida on Daytona Beach and hanging out with the locals and getting high. And it wasn't that scary, although back then other things were scary. Everything's scary in life. You notice that? Do you feel scared? Are you anxious for your future and the future of the planet? Well, I would say you have a good reason to be anxious, but still, we can somehow eke out in these waning days of civilization. We can somehow get a little bit of happiness into our lives, a little bit of joy, a little bit of joie de vivre, like the French burning shit down. But that isn't what I'm here to talk about. What am I here to talk about? I haven't got a clue. I do word salads weekly and then edit it all together. So how it comes out is anybody's guess. It's just the luck of the draw. Some days I'm on, some days I'm not. Some days I'm feeling like, why do I have to keep doing this every week? And other days I go, well, I guess there's a reason, and it's because I connect with people. So, of course, the usual weird weather keeps happening, and we're into this really hot spell, 27, 28 degrees Celsius, and sunny and warm. And next week, we're possibility of snow. So, I don't know, it's up and down. It's the whiplash weather, like Professor Beckwith talks about. It's just something that we're going to have to learn to not live with, because we won't be able to live with it because we're all doomed. But just because we're all doomed doesn't mean that in our hearts we can't feel something. See, I still feel it beating in there. It's going, and it's still keeping me alive long beyond my best before date. Speaking of going on beyond your best before date, what is it with these politicians? I'm thinking of Dianne Feinstein, 90 years old or something, and she won't quit. She won't resign. No, she wants to hang on to power till that last little bit of breath it leaves her body. Why are these psychopaths, and I would put probably 90% of politicians into this category, why did they find it so hard to let go of any power they have? Because I guess power is addictive, or is it like Henry Kissinger said, power is the ultimate aphrodisiac? I don't know. I've never really had a powerful aphrodisiac, since I've never really needed one, because I walked around for most of my life as a walking hormone, and now I it's an ugly story. I can't get into it. Maybe one day I will get into it. Do you ever get sick and tired of tech? I do. I tell you why. Everything changes so quickly that by the time you learn one program, it's obsolete and you have to learn another one, and then it just goes on and on and on. Honestly, where has life taken us? Our experiences, what do they add up to? What do they mean? What does our life experience mean? Our skills, our dreams, our hopes, our visions? Nothing. Everybody's out for money. The internet, what is it? It's a big scam for money. And I don't know about you, but I go onto all these sites and read news and stories and things, and it's always just like, please send us money, send us money. You know, if I subscribed to everything I wanted to, I would be spending hundreds of dollars a month on the internet and getting very little in reward for it. So that's something that just gets me. It's not a tool for communication. It's not a tool for helping you out. It's something to make you part with your hard-earned money. Everything's a scam. No matter where you look, everybody's running scams, everybody's doing scams, from the biggest corporation to the local corner store. They're all scamming you. They scam everything. That's all they can do. And then we become a huge culture of scammers. That's all we are. Every business, every capitalism is just full of scammers. There's no idea of an honest corporate citizen anymore. No, of course not, because they're paying off all kinds of levels of government that make the rules, that make sure that they stay rich, and everybody else, you stay in your place. I'm sick of it. Yes, I'm sick of everything. I'm sick of this world. I'm sick of capitalism. I'm sick of everything. And do you want to be like me? Then just live as long as I have, and you will get sick of everything. And you just see everything for what it is, a scam. The entire world is run by scams. The entire network of the entire internet is a scam. The entire planet is nothing but it runs on scams, and we've got extinction level events happening, and still people are going, I can scam somebody out of it. Yes, a disaster. They'll look for a money-making opportunity somewhere, because that's the Horatio Algier story, isn't it? Yes, if you work hard and dream, you will accomplish butt kiss. That's what you will accomplish. Zilch. Nothing. Am I sounding bitter? Am I sounding angry? I don't mean to. And sometimes people look at me like, who is this angry old creep that's yelling on YouTube? Well, I've got nowhere else to yell. If I do, they'll lock me up and put me in the insane asylum. Well, they don't even have insane asylums anymore. They just put them out in the streets, right? Yeah, you just walk down any town. The east end of the city usually is very different from the west end of the city. The east end of the city always has the ne'er-do-wells, the people that can't cope with society and its rules. Oh, who wrote the rules for society? I don't know. Did you? Did you have any input on it? Is it a democracy? No, it's not a democratic process at all. It's what the media tells you. It's always been what the media tells you. The media tells you to jump up, and you jump up, and you get a beer, and it's got to be the right kind of beer, because otherwise you won't get the hot babe that comes with the beer. They always offer hot babes with beers, and they never deliver. It's just another scam. Everything is a scam. You know what else is a scam? Everything. Insurance. Look at insurance. You can have a house, and if you can afford a house nowadays, which very few people seem to be able to, that's a preserve of the rich in our current wonderful society that is providing for all of us with such care. And anyway, insurance is a huge scam. You can live in a house for years and years and years, pay insurance and insurance and insurance, and they never have to give any of it back if you don't make a claim. So you give them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars over the years. Same with car insurance. You never make a claim. Do you get anything back? Shit, no. And if you ever, God forbid, have to claim something, good luck with that without a full legal team behind you. It's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything in society is now a scam. I don't care what anybody says. Give me an example of an honest, scam-free business. Well, you know what else is a huge scam? Grocery prices. A huge scam. Giant scam. And everything that any conservative does is a scam because that is what they do. I mean, the other parties are a little better, but most of them are just so full of shit. And they're all full of shit. I came to the realization that everything is a scam. Politics is the biggest scam going. I think Frank Zappa called it the entertainment division of the military-industrial complex, and that's very true. Oh, you want to talk about huge scams? Look at the military, man. Look at how much money is pumped into that thing. It's just a beast. It's unaccountable. And of course you end up with like $9,000 toilet seats and all kinds of shit like that. And then you make it worse by privatizing part of it and hiring out your killers. Yeah, so that's a scam. Everything. I tell you, the world is nothing but a scam. The politicians running it are running scams. The businesses are all running scams. Everything is a scam. Okay, so that's my rant for this week. And if you feel like I do, that everything is a scam, then I think you should subscribe to the Vegematic Deluxe channel. Right now. Do it before you forget about it. Or forget about it. I don't really care anymore. Because you know what? YouTube is a scam. All these people are just going, I'm going to be a star on YouTube. I'm going to make money. You know how many people make money on YouTube? I would say maybe 0.00001%. And that's being generous. And YouTube is getting so boring lately that every time I try and watch it, it's something so boring or so repetitive that I don't bother with it anymore. I watch Polish news on YouTube because of desperation, you know? But anyway, that's a story that I just don't have the energy this week to get into. And YouTube has generously allowed me to exceed the magic 1,000 thing, and I'm eligible for monetization, which I don't really want because I don't want advertising on here ever. Because advertising, there's a scam, there's another scam. It's all scams. Anyway, thank you for listening to my rant this week. I will have more exciting news for you next week, I think, or I might just decide it's all a scam and walk away from everything and go and live in a hut in the wilderness. Yeah, except I can't afford it. All right, thank you for watching, everybody. As usual, I try and respond to every comment that you post. I'm funny that way because it gives me a sense of accomplishment to read all your comments and answer them in the best way that I can. You know what's not a scam? This channel. It's real. And I'm sorry for that. I really have never been able to get into scam culture. That's why I've never made a lot of money in my lifetime. Because I refuse to scam people. So, I guess in our culture, the biggest con artists are the most powerful people in the scamiverse, or something like that. Thanks. We'll see you next time. Hopefully. Good night.